Hello and welcome to Football Everyday Euro 2012 edition, coming to you from our studios here at the Menara Star, Petaling Jaya. In the studio with me, got Brian Martin, Randeep Singh. I am Zack Yusof, your host. Okay, day 4 of the tournament saw a couple of exciting matchups in Group D, so let's get straight into dissecting the action. Now, Brian, mate, opening match in Group D saw England hold fancied France, the well-deserved draw. Now, it's a tale of two cities. Well, Man City anyway, with City stalwarts, Lescott and Nasri scoring for their respective side. Now, Brian, mate, a deserved result for Roy's Three Lions?
First of all, can I say that's a really nice jersey?
My Shevchenko tribute,
nice
this
jersey.
one, yeah.
Good result for Hodgson. You could see it at the after-match comments, post-match commentary, where the French players were disappointed. They expected to win. Whereas if you look at the English players, people like Scott Parker, they were basically relieved that they got through the tough first match with a draw. So, I mean, I think on England's part, it was a well-deserved draw. Good point to earn. The French maybe a bit disappointed that they didn't convert enough of the chances to make it a 3-point win.
But I guess for both teams, imperative not to lose your opening game.
Opening match, right.
Well, Randeep, mate, the French had plenty of possession, but they seem to run out of ideas a little bit when confronted with those two banks of 4, right?
Yeah.
Tactical ploy by England, it seemed to work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they crowded their midfield, and I think that Jordan Henderson for England played well, and France were mediocre yesterday. They, I didn't think Benzema played well. He never got much of the ball.
Couple of speculative shots,
absolutely, and the other striker, what's his name? Giroud, Oliver Giroud, he was impressive, but he never got enough of the ball. And yeah, the midfield, England's midfield played well.
Okay, well, surprising enough, because we were pretty derogatory about the midfield, but they seem to have stood up well against French pressure.
Yeah,
so to speak.
you're saying that Giroud set back. He repressed his natural attacking tendency, set back, and together with Scott Parker formed a very strong defensive formation just in front of the four backs. So that sort of stifled the French midfield and prevented them from actually getting the killer ball through to their forwards. Yeah,
okay. Well, Randeep, made the draw means that France have still not won a match at a major tournament since the 2006 World Cup. That's an amazing stat. But still, I mean, there are some positives for Laurent Blanc's team to take out that one.
Oh yeah, I mean, they are coming into the tournament with the longest unbeaten run from the whole of the teams in Europe, and they are a tough team to beat. But having said that, they have not won in a major tournament.
Yeah, they
for a
do
long
draw
time.
an awful lot of games. Right?
Absolutely, and I think that this French team will top the group, in my opinion. And they'll go on to play the runners-up in Group B, but in runners-up in Group A. But having said that, I think that Ukraine have got chance also. But France, they were disappointing, but they'll probably qualify.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about Ukraine just in a little bit. But last question about England, Bryce. So a start that avoided defeat for once for Roy's team. Decent start, you would say?
Decent start. I mean, you look to see Wayne Rooney on the bench. I mean, he was really animated on the bench. And I think that's England's plan. Don't lose the first game, maybe win the second game, and then you get your most lethal weapon. Wayne Rooney returns and joins the team. Okay,
and Rooney will come back against the Ukraine. Now, speaking of Ukraine, in the evening game last night, Ukrainian veteran Andrei Shevchenko, well, he bagged a brace for the co-host to sink the uninspired Swedes. Now, Randy, we were not too complimentary about the Ukrainians yesterday, but they came good when it mattered. Now, who said Shevchenko was past it, mate? I mean, what a performance, eh?
Well, there was a joke that at his age, he scores like Hugh Hefner. You know? So Shevchenko, brilliant, well taken goals, well taken goals.
Superb. I mean, we would never really see Sheva using his head, but he used it to great effect yesterday, Brian.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking about it yesterday, and we felt that Shevchenko would be on the bench and come on maybe in the second half when they really needed him. But I was surprised he actually started. You know, but you could see near the end, his legs gave way and he had to be replaced near the end.
Yeah, well, you know, he's not the spring chicken he once was, 35 now. But anyway, a captain's performance from the captain. Randeep, mate, all eyes were on Milan ace Zlatan Ibrahimovic. before the match. But once again, when it mattered most for his nation, the big Swede somewhat fell short. You know, he scored one, but couldn't. He could and maybe should have had others.
Yes. Well, Zlatan I think he's an excellent player, but Sweden, to be fair, they were just mediocre. You know, they were very plain team.
Yeah.
No, nothing brilliant in the midfield. Malberg is in my eyes, he was not fit to be the centre back. Zlatan Ibrahimovic didn't have any support. So England will beat them in the second game. I think Sweden is a very poor team.
Okay, excellent. Well, hold on to your thoughts, boys. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to be previewing tonight's matchup, some tasty ones there. So keep it locked right here on Football Every Day. Hello there and welcome back to Football Everyday Euro 2012 edition. Well, in this evening's matchups, it comes from Group A, and the first encounter sees Greece taking on the Czech Republic in a repeat of the 2004 semi-final, which saw eventual champions Greece scoring in extra time to make it to the final, sending the Czechs home in the process. Now, Brian, the Czechs, they're going to have revenge on their minds this evening, surely, right? I mean, I just read today Thomas Rosicky said it was the most disappointing night of his career, bitter and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So something to prove for them.
Yeah, in the semi-finals in 2004, Greece scored, they call it the silver goal, extra time goal to knock out the Czech Republic, and that was a bitter experience for them.
Yeah.
But bitter or not, it's a make or break time for both these teams.
Yeah.
Greece drew the first game against Poland, and the Czech Republic got trashed 4-1 by Russia. So both teams, a draw I don't think will be enough for either team.
No.
They will need to get a win.
Yeah.
And to me, Petr Cech stands for a long time, you know, the Czech stalwart. He stands between defeat and maybe a draw for the Czech Republic.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Randeep, I know you're really excited about the game this evening, this one in particular, because, I mean, it has the makings of a classic, really. Both teams have to go out and try and win it.
Classic, yes, but I don't think there'll be many goals in the game. Milan Baros is not. He's not a.
He hasn't been a striker for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's in good news for the Czechs, right? Milan Baros has been past fit, so he can start today.
Milan Baros will be key, because I think he needs to perform today. And Greece are a very tough team to break down, and so I don't see many goals. But yeah, it'll be a spicy affair because Czechoslovakia cannot afford to lose.
Fantastic stuff. Yep, definitely. Well, other good news for the Czechs. Thomas Rosicky also has been past fit, so that's a big plus for the Czechs there. But Brian, mate, the Greeks showed in the opening game of the tournament that they have indeed got Spartan blood. I mean, there are no pushovers. These guys will be looking for a win too in this tournament. It's going to be hard to break them down.
I think dogged resistance best encapsulates what Greece is all about. I mean, they were down to 10 men against Poland. They came back, and they could have snatched victory. I mean, I thought the game against Poland, the Greeks were a better team.
So did I. And Randeep, remember we were analysing the game, and it surprised us how much more attacking they were in their attitude than we thought they would be. Right? It's not a case of totally park the bus. They've only parked maybe half a bus.
I think you're right. But in that game, no one wants to lose their first game. So Poland were jittery because being the host country, but Greece played well in the second half, being down to 10 men.
They stood up well.
Today is going to be a tasty affair, I think.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. I'm really looking forward to this one. Well, in the second matchup of the night, we see Poland taking on the high-flying Russians. Now, Randeep, the Russians have been great on the pitch so far, but not so beautiful off the pitch, with their fans having been involved in skirmishes, fracas, if you will, with rival fans and police and whatnot. Now, will the behavior of the fans prove to be a distraction to the Russians, who have been playing great, Probably the team of the tournament so far.
Yeah, I think yes. I think they are the team of the tournament so far. They've played well in their striker Djokovic or he's
Dragoev.
Dragoev. He's just the CSK Moscow guy. I think he's a really impressive player. But today is Russian Day, so the fans are supposedly going to march and you know. So there will be tensions between the Polish fans and the Russian fans. But on the pitch, I think Russia are favourites. They go into the game favourites. But having said that, the Poles, you know, they've got home ground support, and they are impressive also in the first half. But Russia should. I don't think Russia will lose today.
Okay, well, Brian, the Russians are all about slick, quick football, as we've seen. So what do the Poles have to do to stop this Russian tide? You know,
to me, Zach, is pretty ironical that the two supposed failures in the BPL, Pavlyuchenko and Ashwin, actually performed very well. I think Dick Advocaat is a really canny coach, and he's got Russia playing to a very slick formation. You were saying, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Poles.
And they're going to have to do it without Chesney, of course.
They're going to have to do it without Chesney.
Yeah.
I agree with Randeep. I think Russia is going to sneak it. And the equation is simple for Russia. Get a win and they qualify.
Yep. Well, Randeep, a win will be enough for the Russians to secure passage into the next round with a match to spare, which is great news. But I tell you what, are they good enough to do it in the Poles, especially in the Poles' own backyard as well?
Like I said, I don't think Russia will lose. They will either draw or they'll win. It's going to be this game is going to have goals in it. It's going to have goals.
Okay, fantastic stuff. Well, I like that man Robert Lewandowski. He showed us that he can indeed live up to the hype. More goals from him will be just what the Poles saw today, bro.
Like Randeep said, I think there are going to be goals in it. I don't think Poland have a good enough team to actually progress past the group stage. Sadly for them, I mean, they're a host country. I would love to see them at least going to the quarterfinals. But I think Russia is going to be one step too far for them.
One step too far. Well, we shall see how all this pans out, and we will be talking about it on tomorrow's show. So until then, enjoy your football. This has been Football Everyday Euro 2012 edition. See you later.